So welcome back to my channel, fellow subscribers and people who might not be subscribed. So as you know, it's a Polymer clay video. So I actually recorded this is like the third time probably, only because the last time I recorded this was like so long, and I know you guys are short attention span, so you know I try to make my videos short. But yeah, anyways, so the Polymer clay video that I have made, I used this glass block, and I got this at Family Christian store, and on this side is like the bumpy side kind of, only because it's like has these lines and stuff. But this side, I use this side, and with the polymer clay you need a clean surface. It doesn't have to be clear like this, honestly it doesn't, but you need a clean surface. Okay, wait, that was weird. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. So I'll see you in my next psych. I totally got you. Okay, but you know you need a clean surface, and if you don't have a clean surface, then like especially with the clear, or the not the clear but it's translucent clay, or the white clay, or any light color clay, you would want to have your hands clean and your surface clean. Otherwise you would have all that debris and nucky stuff on it. Okay, you don't want that on your clay now, do you? No, especially if you're going to make charms with it. Now, if you want to make charms with it, you're going to need these pins that you pin wherever you feel like it on the charm that is not cooked yet. Now, these are silver, as you can see, because you're not blind. I'm sorry if I offended someone. But I get these at Michael's, same with almost everything I have, because Michael's is life. You know. Sorry, drop this. Okay, now, the next thing you would want to need is just a spray thing. I got this at the dollar store. You know, when you go to the dollar store, there's the package, like with, obviously, the spray things, these spray things and lotion bottles like that. I would rather, you know, you just go there, get a whole bunch, especially with the ones with the spray ones, because these could be useful whether you know it or not, and you should get these. So I have this obviously it says water, right? And this is the water, and what you do, I don't know if you saw this or not in my video, polymer clay video, but you spray it on your hands. Rather it's twice on one hand, twice on both hands, once on one hand, once on both hands, you know, doesn't matter. But the reason why you have this is for like hard clay, or like clay that really doesn't want to get smushed together. Now with the clay, you can't just automatically make. You have to have the clay, you have to soften it up a bit. So you have to like play around with it, roll it around some. So you know you're gonna have to do that. And the water would help with hard clay, such as Fimo. But Fimo is made in Germany, but the other ones are made in the USA. And I don't want to say that like Germany stuff is bad or anything. I honestly like other countries' stuff. I prefer I mean, I don't mind having USA stuff, it's just I prefer having things that aren't from the USA, and especially China. I don't want any China. I don't really like sorry, let me put this a different way. There's so many things made from China that I don't really like getting things from China, but like China stuff, as in the modern stuff, I like the old stuff, kind of like, you know, the antiques or whatever. But I like other countries, I like their stuff, because every country makes things different. So I got off topic and I'm gonna get back on topic. So another thing, if you want to make a charm, you're gonna need this so it's clear, otherwise it's gonna doll. Not so nice. So this is Sculpey Glass Gloss Gloss Glaze. Sorry there. So you're gonna need this, and I got this obviously at Michael's. So you can get a lot of stuff at Michael's. And yeah, and you're gonna need like some utensils or stuff, you know, like make it and stuff, you know, but, and then you're gonna need clay. And some of the utensils I might not have, but you might, because the reason why I probably don't have it is because I haven't put much investment into polymer clay, that I don't have those things. I mean, I would like to have it, but I just don't do polymer clay as much. So yeah, I hope that really helped with things. I really hope I didn't forget anything, because I do that like a lot. I forget so many stuff, and sometimes it makes me mad. I'm just like, I should have said this. But yeah, now I'm gonna talk about the clay. Now I've wrote this down so I don't forget, and just in case you guys might rip off like the package of the polymer clay or something, because you might use the whole thing or accidentally ripped it off and you lost it and someone might accidentally throw it in trash or something, I've wrote down 3 plus 1, which equals 4 types of polymer clay that I have, and that might be all the types of polymer clay. I'm not sure. I like to get different varieties of things, but it's the same thing. So this is just 4 different kinds of polymer clay that might help you with things, and I'm gonna read it off for you. So number 1 rule, if you want to bake polymer clay, do not put it in the microwave. Do you understand that? Honestly, polymer clay is not a toy. Even though it can be a toy, it's not a toy. As in saying, don't put it in the microwave. Because if you put it in the microwave, like, a microwave does not, like, bake things necessarily, but an oven does. Do you get what I'm saying? Plus, microwave has a lot of radiation, stuff like that. Anyways, obviously being here, we're gonna go like I want back there. Anyways, okay, so Frimo, F-I-M-O, Frimo. I think that's how you say it. Frimo. That's how I say it. That is made in Germany, and honestly, I would rate it a 1 out of 5, only because the color, like the dye, as you probably saw in my video if you have watched it, that it would go on your hands, and it was really hard to mix it together. So I think that was some things that might be improved. I don't know if it's because I haven't used it in a year, but that's my experience so far. And I did have some trouble back in the day when I did use it. So Primo, is made in the USA, but I guess it's like right next to Frimo, because I would give it a 4. Actually, never mind. Ignore what I said. That did not make any sense. Primo is not next to Frimo. Primo is right next to Sculpey. That's why I gave it a 4. Because with Primo, Sculpey, it's kind of hard to mix it together, although what I do like is that the dye doesn't get on your hands. So that's good. And Craft Smart, they have a lot of things in there. Like the brand has, like, makes a lot of stuff. But it's right next to Frimo. So, and it's made in the USA, but I would give it a 2 out of 5. So, because like the dye would get a little bit on your hands, and it was still a little hard to mix together. So Sculpey, I would say, is the best out of all to get, because Sculpey, I would say, we get a 5, and it was made in the USA, just in case you guys are wondering. Only because Sculpey, it's easy to get to soften, so it's not that hard to get softened, and you probably don't even need water. And with the Sculpey 3, like the dye does not get on your hands or anything. And it takes less time to cook. To bake. So Fremo has to set it. Like Fremo's like the only one out of all 4 or all 3 that has a different times. So Fremo would be 110 Celsius and 230 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. Now Sculpey would be 275 Fahrenheit and 130 Celsius, 15 minutes per 1/4 inch, which is 6 mm. Basically just 15 minutes, I would say. But usually with mine, I would either let it bake a little longer, but usually, since I have different types, I would mix it together. So there's a kind of technique I use to make sure it's all baked. Anyways. So Craft Smart is 275 Fahrenheit and 135 Celsius, which is really odd, honestly. That kind of confused me, and I checked 3 times, but still 35. Anyways, so you have to bake it for 15 minutes per 1/4 inch, 6. If I would have said one more 6, that would be bad. But it's 6 mm, so I've been talking pretty long, so I get tongue getting tied. So for Primo, exclamation point Sculpey would be for 275 Fahrenheit and 130 Celsius for 30 minutes per 1/4 inch, which is 6 mm. So that is all for you if you need to know for polymer clay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!